Hello, this is HD, and trust everyone is doing well today. Today's Thursday, May 21st. It is a little later than normal. It's 5:25 p.m., and I apologize if you're used to me doing this earlier in the day. Um, I couldn't get to it till now. So I've really got two topics I want to share with everyone today, and one is an important one related to the 2021 school year. And then the other is a reminder as it relates to what we're getting into while we're getting into the summer and then preparing for the 2021 school year. So, first, I have said on several occasions that we have been working diligently. When I say we, it's a group of principals and central administration leaders. The Additional School Days Task Force group has been working, um, quite frankly, for the last 2 months almost on some ideas for a reentry calendar for 2021 based on what we know at the time. And so we've kind of got to a point now where we feel good about a calendar that I shared with the board this past Tuesday night. They did not take action on it. They didn't vote on it. I just shared it with them as some thoughts I'm having or that we're having for how we might restructure our 2021 calendar. And since then, it's been shared with our Educational Improvement Committee as well as our Superintendent's Teacher Advisory Committee. Excuse me, our STAC committee did that this afternoon. And I want to preface this by saying I realize this calendar is not going to be meet 100% of every issue that may confront us, but it is based on some logical assumptions, if you will. At least I think they're logical. You may disagree, but um, so it's based on three things really. One, um, how do we re-enter school in person or virtually or a combination of both? How do we do that in a safe and secure way? Two, how do we address the learning losses that we are experiencing and have experienced the last 9 weeks? And three, how do we do it in a way in which allows teachers and our campus support staff um, to assess and diagnose students to see what just happened these 9 weeks? In other words, where are our students? Did they lose a lot? Did they hold serve? Um, and then diagnose that, and then react to it, and then give teachers a chance to catch their breath and work through whatever it is that they've discovered and whatever it is they've learned and what we have learned and what we're having to do as a school system. There are many unanswered questions right now, but one question I have to answer is the school calendar. I've got to make a decision on that, as I mentioned last week. So the calendar that I am referring to is going to be proposed to the board in next week, on Wednesday of next week, and it essentially includes an earlier start date. So currently, we're scheduled to start August the 17th, which is a Monday. The current proposed calendar has us starting on Thursday, August the 6th, and with professional development and teacher preparation, both new teacher and returning teacher preparation, the week of July 27th, or perhaps even as early as Thursday, July 23rd and Friday, July 24th. But it pushes the start date earlier. The reason for that is because there is a great degree of likelihood that we might have to potentially either close school again or react to a resurgence of the virus. I know most everyone's hearing the same thing. You're reading the same thing. We're doing the same. We're hearing and reading the same thing. So we're just trying to, project. If we start early, can we address our learning losses in a meaningful way before there's another potential shutdown? So yes, we're starting earlier. There's also a week break in the fall that has not been there in the past. So the week of October the 5th, there's a week off. And the reason that is there is one, to provide a break after 9 weeks of school between August the 6th and October the 2nd, which would be the last day of the grading period, that week would be able to be used for a break. It can be used for flexible scheduling. Should we have to close down between August the 6th, the first day of school, and October the 2nd. And then third and last, but certainly not least, it could be used to help tutor, to remediate, to mentor some of our most struggling students with staff that's willing to do that for a day or two during that week. So everything else looks the same. So those two key changes for the fall, starting earlier instead of August 17th, starting August 6th, having that week off the week of October the 5th. So think of it like a fall break, like a spring break, with the key term being flexibility for that week. Just depends on what we learn and what happens between now and then. We'd still have Thanksgiving week. You still have Christmas break as we always have. The other two major adjustments, if you will, to the calendar is there will be a week off the week of February the 8th. The reason that week is off is for the same reasons I just mentioned earlier. We want to build flexibility into our schedule in case we have to close school sometime during the winter time, which is, as you know, many health officials are saying that's a critical time that the virus may come back. So we want to have flexibility there. We want to be able to use that week potentially for preparation for the testing season, STAR, assessments, remediation, preparation, as I mentioned earlier, and then use it as a week to catch our breath, figure out what's going on. You will still have spring break the week of March 15th. So this week of February 8th does not count as spring break. It's just a break, a flexible break to be used for flexible situations. And then there's the real spring break in March. And then our school year will go into the first week of June. So June the 4th is a Friday. June the 3rd is a Thursday. The last day of instruction will be June the 3rd, and then teacher work day on June the 4th. So that's the calendar. It starts earlier, it ends a little bit later, and it has a lot more days in the year to be used for teacher development, to be used for holidays, to be used for remediation for students, or to be used for flexible days, depending on what potential closures we have due to COVID-19. So the calendar is being, again, considered, discussed. I just want to let everyone know where my mind was. I want to bring a little bit more clarity, a little more specificity to what we're thinking. But that's what we're thinking right now. Second thing, and I'll end with this, is that once we get a calendar established, we have a task force assembled that is going to begin looking at the protocols for how we're going to come back to school. So regardless of when the school calendar is, we've got to make decisions on, are we going to have half days for students? Are we going to have students here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and some on Tuesday, Thursday? Are we going to have some students come for 1 week and another group of students come the second week? We don't know all that, but those types of topics are what we're dealing with and attempting to address based on the information that we have from both our state and local leaders. Here's what I do know. I do know we're going to have to use blended learning, meaning we're going to have to blend in-person teacher to student learning in the classroom with virtual distance technology platform learning. And we are going to have to identify what staff members are most effective doing it that way. We have to identify which students are best positioned to learn that way. And then we're gonna have to adjust and react so that we're putting teachers in the best position to be effective and successful, and we're putting students in the best position to be effective and successful while being safe. We can do this. This is not going to be, it's going to be complicated, but it can be done. And so I'm excited about what might come out of this, because I think we're getting closer and closer to putting teachers in the best environment for them that they feel comfortable, while we're putting students in the best environment for them where they feel comfortable. When we do that, then we can see some extremely impressive academic gains when we do that. So there's going to be a lot more discussion on that, but please know we're looking at things like that, and we will have decisions made as we learn more and as we get closer to the beginning of the school year, obviously. So just know I'm excited. There's no doubt in my mind that what we're doing and have been doing is preparing us for success in the fall. We've got unbelievable teachers, unbelievable, committed, passionate educators that have demonstrated that over and over again. And there is no question that if you're a student in ALEAF, you're going to be fortunate because the teachers you're going to have, whether they're face-to-face or whether they're online, are prepared and are going to attempt to do everything they possibly can to continue your education. The way I look at it is, I have no choice. We don't have the luxury of just simply acting as though the previous 9 weeks didn't happen, and we're just going to start brand new in the 2021 school year and just start from where we would have thought kids should have been had COVID-19 not happened. We're not doing that. We are going to make sure your children are educated. We're going to make sure they are ready to move to the next grade level or to the next subject area, because if we don't, this gap will follow them the rest of their lives. And that is unacceptable to me. So all of these things I'm talking about, the schedule, the calendar, the technology-based teaching and learning, and the face-to-face learning is built upon one premise. And that premise is we're going to educate kids and students better than we did before. We will not lower our standard. We will not lower our expectations. As a matter of fact, they will probably be increased and raised, both for teachers and staff and me, as well as for our students. So I know you're tired. Today is the last day of school for ALEAF ISD. Today was, believe it or not, the last day of school. Tomorrow would have been a teacher work day. Take a little time, stay safe, catch your breath, find balance, and whether you're a parent, whether you're a staff member, whether you're a student, whether you're a community member, just know ALEAF ISD is going to be prepared for the fall. It will be a thoughtful plan. It will be a thoughtful program, and it will have, again, that one premise that we're going to educate your children at a high level. So with that, thank you. God bless everyone. Stay safe and enjoy Memorial Day weekend.